Welcome back, everybody. We have got a huge night of NBA action on the slate, and you know what that means. We're going to break down all 7 games and give you our absolute top picks for every single one. So let's just dive right in. That's the goal tonight, right? 7 games, 7 chances to build that bankroll. We've dug deep into the analysis, we've looked at all the angles, and we are aiming for a clean sweep. So get comfortable, and let's get this thing started. And hey, before we really get going, just a quick shout out to our sponsors, MyStake and Vadada. If you're looking to get in on the action yourself, you can find some exclusive bonus links to sign up right there in the description below. Definitely check those out. All right, we are kicking things off with the early games. We've got a couple of really interesting matchups to get the night rolling. First up, we've got the Raptors hosting the Thunder. And really, this is a tale of 2 teams headed in completely opposite directions. Toronto is absolutely firing on all cylinders. They've got a healthy roster, while OKC, a top team, is just decimated by injuries right now. So here's the bottom line. Toronto's main guys are all good to go, and they're sharing the ball so well, which is leading to some really efficient offense. You know they're going to be fired up to make a statement against a big-name opponent, and honestly, OKC just doesn't have the horses tonight to keep pace. So for our first tip of the night, we're keeping it simple. We're taking the Toronto Raptors to win, straight up. No points, no spreads, just a clean and confident pick for them to get the victory. Okay, now for the second early game, the Cleveland Cavaliers taking on the New York Knicks. Cleveland has been playing some fantastic team-first basketball for about a month now, especially on their home court. The Knicks, on the other hand, well, they have this nasty habit of falling flat on the road, even in games they really should be winning. Look, the Cavs are the favorites here for a very good reason. That home court advantage is real, and you've got to expect them to come out sharp against a Knicks team that just, I don't know, they can't seem to pack that Madison Square Garden energy in their suitcase. So we're not just picking Cleveland to win here, we're taking them to cover the spread. That means we need them to win by at least 3 points for this bet to cash. Our tip? Cleveland Cavaliers, -2.5. All right, that brings us to the busiest time slot of the night. We've got 3 games all tipping off at once. Let's get right into them. First, we've got the Pelicans and the Warriors. Now, what's so fascinating here is the mentality of both teams. The Pelicans are basically playing with house money, no real pressure, so they're just getting out there and running. The injury-riddled Warriors, though, they have to get hot from outside just to have a chance. And that offensive focus from both sides leads us to this very important number, the over-under for total points, which is set at 225.5. I mean, when you break it down, everything points to attract me. The Pelicans are playing loose, and let's be honest, defense is not exactly their top priority right now. The Warriors know their only path to victory is to light up the scoreboard. It's just the perfect storm for a high-scoring game. So, for this matchup, our tip is simple. We are taking the over. We're banking on a game filled with buckets, with the final score easily clearing that 225.5-point total. Okay, next up, the Chicago Bulls versus the Charlotte Hornets. And this is another one where the teams are just trending in completely opposite directions. The Bulls are in an absolute freefall, while the Hornets are playing some really tough competitive ball, led by a trio of guys that are just carrying the team. The Bulls are stuck in this long losing streak, and these aren't even close games we're talking about. They're getting blown out. On the flip side, the Hornets are fighting hard every single night and their key guys are delivering. Charlotte just has way more firepower and way better vibes right now. So with all that in mind, we're confidently backing Charlotte. Our pick is the Hornets to not only win, but to cover that 7.5-point spread. And the last of our 2 a.m. games features the Milwaukee Bucks visiting the Miami Heat. Milwaukee has just been on a tear, looking like a legitimate title contender. Miami, meanwhile, they've just been really unconvincing all year, dropping games you wouldn't expect them to, even with a pretty friendly schedule. Just look at the momentum here. The Bucks have won 6 of their last 8, and they are playing with so much confidence. Even though they're the underdogs on the road, we fully expect that great form to continue. You know they'll be motivated to prove themselves against the Heat. And we think they'll do more than just put up a fight. We think they'll keep this one tight. So our tip is to take the Milwaukee Bucks in the points. We are on the Bucks plus 6.5. All right, let's head into the late night window. We've got 2 fantastic games to close out our card for the evening. We start with the Suns taking on the Celtics. And just look at this. The history between these 2 teams, it tells you pretty much everything you need to know. Their last 3 games against each other have all sailed way past 225 total points. Now, tonight's betting line is set at just 209.5, which honestly seems way too low given that history. You've got a weakened Suns defense that's going to struggle to get stops, and a Celtics offense that absolutely will not take its foot off the gas. It's all lining up for another offensive showcase.
Given the history and the current situation for both teams, this feels like one of the best value plays on the entire board tonight. We are all over the over 209.5 points in this one.
And for our grand finale, we've got the Lakers versus the Magic, in a game that has massive playoff implications for both sides. The Lakers need this win to hold their ground, while the Magic are desperate for a victory to keep climbing that ladder. The stakes are incredibly high here.
So when a game means this much to both teams, what usually happens? They tend to lock in on defense, they slow the pace down, and every single possession becomes crucial. Neither of these teams has an elite offense, and Orlando in particular can be pretty inconsistent with their shooting. When you add all of that up, the logical play is to expect a tough, physical, grind-it-out kind of game. So our final tip of the night is the under 230.5 total points. And there you have it, our analysis for all 7 games. But let's put it all together in one spot for you. Think of this next slide as your cheat sheet for tonight's action. Go ahead and pause this or take a screenshot if you need to. We've got the Raptors to win, the Cavs minus 2.5, the over in the Pelicans-Warriors game, Hornets minus 7.5, the Bucks plus 6.5, the over in the Suns-Celtics game, and we're closing it out with the under in the Lakers-Magic matchup. So that is our full card for the night. But you know the conversation doesn't end here. We want to hear what you guys think. So drop a comment down below and let us know. Out of every game on the board tonight, what is your single most confident lock of the night, surest bet? Let's see what everyone is riding with. And hey, if you enjoyed this breakdown and you want more daily tips just like this, it would be a huge help if you'd hit that like button. And of course, make sure you're subscribed so you never miss out on one of our breakdowns.
And one last time, a huge thank you to our sponsors, MyStake and Vadada. Remember to check out those exclusive bonus links down in the description. Good luck with all your bets tonight, everyone, and we'll see you for the next one.